I'm Nina Kilbride, and this is Flexirac Legal Analysis in 4D. Game theory is an economic science that studies decision-making at every level, from individual combat all the way up to the games of Wall Street and beyond. It's gained a lot of traction in the economy and in the law school curriculum. To me, game theory looks a lot like thinking like a lawyer. It's a formative analysis rubric that increases perspective and eliminates bias by calling every situation a game. It objectifies it. Every decision maker is a player. Much like in legal analysis, we call every situation an issue and we frame it from the viewpoint of every decision maker. Both game theory and legal analysis pay close attention to the strength and the nature of the rules involved in any situation. For analysis, game theorists focus on specifics of strategies, outcomes, and payoffs, trying to create a mathematical prediction. Legal analysis is a little more fluid, trying to think our way around all the ways that we know that people behave and interact with the law, trying to come up with our conclusion. In both cases, what we're coming to is a best guess based on our personal perspective and knowledge, but it's not a guarantee, it's a prediction. A space where this law is evolving rapidly is in crypto contracts, and we can see the web of private law expanding to encompass it. Crypto contracts arise out of the cryptocurrency space, the most familiar of which is Bitcoin. Bitcoin was invented to be an online virtual fiat currency that was transparent, anonymous, and reliable. And it took off. Within a couple of years, coders had begun tagging property in the material world to Bitcoin, bringing them into the Internet of Things. And then we saw the space evolve to crypto contracts, which are contracts encoded onto the Bitcoin. And at first they are simple transactional contracts, but the space is changing, and it is the express intention of a lot of people out there to include much more sophisticated legal instruments in the cryptocurrency world. This space got a lot of momentum in September of 2015 when 9 of the largest banks in the world announced intentions to create a cryptocurrency consortium. So it will pay for lawyers to understand how it works. Crypto contracts work on something called distributed ledger and blockchain technology. I can understand distributed ledger in analog to the common law. A distributed ledger is a system of nodes, trusted entities that create records, just like courthouses are entities are nodes on the web of common law that create transactions. Those transactions are lawsuits. They create permanent records accessible to every node on the distributed ledger. In the Bitcoin distributed ledger, nodes are known as miners, and they're called that because they do really resource-intensive computing that is the only way of creating new money in the Bitcoin system. They comb through Bitcoin transactions, bundle them up into things called blocks, code them, and load them into a blockchain, which is a permanent virtual storage device. And in a common law analog, a blockchain might look like this. A reporter series is an example of how we, in the common law, bundle a series of transactions, those cases, in a permanent block, a book, and we load it up into this reporter chain. It's never going to be changed. Everything contained in 17F3rd is always going to be there, and it won't be deleted. The effects of the things in 17F third might change by the addition of subsequent blocks, and we might even tag it with pocket parts. But the fact that that transaction occurred, that that lawsuit occurred, is never going to go away. It is a permanent record. In the Bitcoin world that works on game theory and in legal analysis, success depends on having access to reliable, relevant information, having a big enough perspective to know what to do with that information, and having pattern recognition skills that allow you to make good predictions for future actions. In the Bitcoin space, we've seen the matrix of private law evolving. It started with the catalyst of property, which got the system going, and then contracts, which deal with humans and their relationship to property, naturally followed along. The Bitcoin space is carefully drafted to avoid any tort liability. There's no person-to-person contact to which a bodily tort could attach, and it's a very caveat emptor culture. Because this space operates on game theory, you should assume that there is an actor with superior information perspective and pattern recognition skills who is trying to take advantage of you. Even so, as more and more humans and establishment players like big banks move into the cryptocurrency space, I predict that we will see a dimension of tort evolve in the cryptocurrency and crypto contract space. I don't know what that tort dimension will look like, and I could be wrong. It's just my best guess. Did you see what I did right there? I made a prediction. Each time we make a prediction, our brain produces a small dose of dopamine, a feel-good hormone that aids in the learning process. Then I kept my prediction uncertain to avoid the bias of psychological closure. I've warmed up my brain. I'm keeping my mind open, and now I'm ready to go learn. I'm Nina Kilbride. This is Flexerac Legal Analysis in 4D. Thank you for watching.